everyone. This is Tracy Newman from the Navigator's Tarot. I'm just going to do a few readings for you. Been a very busy week, but that's okay. I'm going to use the Steampunk Tarot today, seeing as if I'm wearing my steampunky type clothes today. Let's go with the Steampunk Tarot, see what the Steampunk Tarot's got to say to us. Oh, okay, so the general energies. Yes, so we're coming out of a very turbulent time. It's been quite turbulent, the energies, over the last few weeks, because we've had, we've got the full moon at the moment, which is causing a lot of sleepless nights for a lot of people. However, I slept perfectly well. But we also have had a lot of M-class and X-class flares coming off the sun, which has affected us in a lot of ways, and all of us differently, depending on, lots of different factors. I have been reading on different spiritual sites and stuff of people who are having lots of ascension symptoms in different areas, and quite intense kundalini ascension symptoms. And a lot of them have been in certain chakras where the trauma is trapped. So a lot of the clearing of that has actually occurred, and it can be quite painful sometimes when this occurs. You can have lower back problems, you can have all sorts of stomach issues going on, you could also digestive issues going on, vomiting, nausea, that type of thing. Also for me, it's been a huge clearing out of and I've had a lot of pain in the root chakra area, so those things, and it actually feels like it's hugely inflamed, and but these are just clearings of, it's what it is. It's a clearing out of old energy, old stagnant energy that is no longer required for us to hold on to anymore in these new energies, and they literally are being cleared from us. And so a lot of that it's like old crusty type energy that's got to be removed. But what's also happening is a restructuring too of our entire system on an energetic level, and on so many other different levels. So that is what is going on at the moment. So all of that, so it has been a little bit turbulent for a lot of us. And also a lot of people have been experiencing anxiety, and there's a lot, and having emotional outbursts, that sort of thing. But that's all about clearing out old stuff that no longer needs to be there. So try and find positives in all of these things, no matter what is going on for you at the moment. Okay. Because we are moving out of these turbulent energies into calmer energies. Oops, these two want to jump out. So we've got the Page of Swords, the Three of Pentacles. So yes, it's also about being quite creative in how you move forward in just about everything that you do at this time. A lot of us can, while this restructuring program is basically happening for all of us, and this clearing out is happening for all of us as well, there is it's kind of like this, there are new possibilities that we can find within that a more creative way of seeing things, and also working things out. So it's about being creative in how we actually move forward, but also in how we deal with a lot of the changes that are happening within. And for some of us, it can be like emotional outbursts and things like that appear destructive on an outer level. But what is actually happening is a release of energy that actually then leaves the way clear for something much more new and much more. It's a clearer way of looking at things, and it's a clearer way of being. Clarity comes in, if that makes any sense. So once all of that old energy is cleared out, a case in point, there was an emotional outburst that happened between myself and someone just recently, and what it appeared to be quite explosive, but what it actually did was clear out so much pent up energy that we had that then cleared the road for a new way of being for both of us, and for a new way of being within our own individual selves as well. And it also requires us then to sort of like become quite creative in how we sort of move forward from those seemingly destructive patterns. Because what it actually did was destroy a pattern. It was like, that's gone. That's not going to occur again. That is now moving into something a lot more user-friendly in a way. You know, that we can sort of like move from, along from, and move into something a lot more peaceful. So yeah, so you just be creative in how you look at things, I think. And sometimes, you know, I think that a lot of the Buddhists say too, you know, I'm not a fan of Buddhism, and this is probably why. And no, I mean, it's not that I'm not a fan. I mean, there are some things about Buddhism which I absolutely love, the mindfulness, the stillness, you know, that from the meditation. But they do have a propensity, like all indoctrinated sort of, you know, religions, in that they judge a lot of things as either negative or positive, good or bad. Whereas I don't choose to do that so much. It's more, I think it's a perception of how we see things. And some of these perceptions are old and outdated. Because for some reason, you know, they term anger as a destructive, it can be a destructive force, but it can also be one, from the destruction comes reconstruction. So I don't always tend to judge what is going on. Sometimes it's a really good thing to be the observer of that which appears to be negative, and see it for something that may actually help you to move forward, because that's literally what our emotions are about. They are literally there for us to experience and to help us to sort of like move forward within our lives, but also to deconstruct a lot of that which no longer serves. So, you know, be careful about judging what goes on, and just sometimes if you can step back and become the observer, you'll find that you will be able to sort of move forward a lot more calmly and peacefully and creatively. We also have the tower. As I say that, so that is what it literally, like the tower is about, allowing the tower to fall, allowing the old structures to fall. Now, whether that be within or without, as within, so without. And a lot of that we are beginning to see. There's a lot of tower moments that are happening, not just within our own lives in the form of a lot of emotional outbursts and clearings and all that sort of stuff that's going on, but we're also seeing that in our outer world. So we need to allow that crumbling, and so that we can move forward in a much more peaceful way, much more calm way, and also to bring clarity and truth. And that's what the tower does. And then we can move forward with the chariot and be able to be in control of where we actually take the chariot. So, yeah, there's some big stuff happening. The Six of Pentacles. So keep building up that abundance within, and you'll start to see that on an outer level. I hope that makes some sort of sense, and I shall see you anon. Bye for now.